All right, all right. Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of the Critics Collective. I am Legacy Lingo. I have Manny, the not so super fan, here with me, and we have Brandon Fletcher with us today. And we're here to discuss with you guys the new Super Mario Galaxy movie. Is that the name? Yeah, the Super Mario. Make sure I got it right. A lot of people just be saying, "Oh, Mario, Mario 2," but the Super
Yeah.
Mario Galaxy movie, which is the sequel to the Super Mario Brothers movie that came out in 2023. Animated in theaters, just came out today. We are late last night. If you're lucky, like Manny, got to go see it at midnight. Um, so we're going to give you the spoiler-free version of this best we can, and then we'll come back later and really talk it through. So IMDb has it as, and if you're new to watching us, we know that there are other descriptions out there, but IMDb sometimes it's actually comical how they hit or miss. So we stick with it. So IMDb has it as Mario ventures into space, exploring cosmic worlds and tackling galactic challenges far from familiar Mushroom Kingdom. All right, IMDb. So I
That's
guess
that's that's very vague.
it is so vague, and
I
I'm a,
mean, it doesn't need to be spoilery, but like that doesn't tell you anything.
I'll tell you nothing. Maybe some people want it that way, but that's what we do here. We stick to the IMDb description, and we just hope it works. But yeah, so I'm gonna start with you, Brandon. Actually, if you want to give us your highs and lows, tell us how you felt about the movie.
Um, First, I want to get some context first.
Okay.
I missed the original when it came out in theaters,
Mm.
so I literally watched it today before watching the second movie.
Mm.
Um, and you know, I've heard different things. Some people say, "Oh, it's good." If you're a Nintendo fan, if you're a Mario fan, the first one is good. But it's a kids movie. There's a lot of people, but it's a kids movie, which is kind of diminishing. But the disclaimer is that it's a kids movie.
Right.
Um, so with that context, I watched it today, the first one today, and didn't really care for it. uh, had my issues with it, so I kind of went in nervous about this one.
Mm.
But I actually did enjoy it. I actually did enjoy it. I did enjoy it. Enjoyed it more than the first one. I think that my issues with the first one they still kind of carried over into this one.
Gotcha.
Um, and most of those issues for me were it's an ad. Like it's like, the first one didn't feel like a movie, it felt like a series of Easter eggs.
Mhm.
And you still kind of get that in this one, but
Mhm.
I think there's a better story here. As far as like not even Mario and Luigi. I think the crux of the story is with the princess. It's kind of her story. So I thought that stuff was pretty good. It's a gorgeous film as usual. The first one was gorgeous. This one was gorgeous. Animation was great. Cinematography, all that stuff. Action scenes were pretty good. I was kind of bored with the action scenes in the first one. I don't know. They just didn't do it for me. They stepped it up here. I don't know, just something different. It's like a different level of intensity in the action.
Yeah.
Um, Especially towards, I don't try not to spoil something, but like the big sequence towards the end. And if you ever play Mario Galaxy, they're just like some visuals that you're gonna be like, oh, okay, yeah, that's cool.
So you didn't have any major lows other than that.
I mean, my it's kind of similar to the first one where I think that the writing was definitely better. I think the lows were again like it did still feel like a series of like Easter eggs. It's like, oh, we're in this world and like action sequence.
Mm.
Okay, we're in this world. Here are these characters, action sequence. Okay, we're in this world. Like it's kind of beat by beat by beat, kind of like that.
Yeah.
Well, the first one was like that too. I guess it kind of kept the same formula, but like they just added more depth to the characters and story.
True indeed.
Uh, so yeah, and I mean, at the end of the day, like I enjoyed it. I don't know if I ever watch it again, but it was definitely enjoyable. Kids will love it. So, and if you're a Nintendo fan, you're gonna love it. Um, Also, Fox McCloud, probably one of the best characters in the movie. I don't know. And Glen Powell plays him, and he's absolutely perfect.
That's awesome. I was worried about that being a spoiler because I stay away from trailers and stuff, and I didn't know if it was out there or not.
Oh yeah, they put it out there.
Hey,
They got posters and everything, so that's why I didn't mind like talking about it.
Yeah, thank you for letting me know. I could speak freely on that. I'm with you that though. I'm with you on a lot of that. As I would say that the fight scenes in the first one, I think they were trying to, I don't know, it just seemed more family friendly. They turned up the intensity for sure on this one. I guess they realized that they can do that with this audience. I mean, it's not like anybody getting slaughtered or anything. But
I mean, at one point I did think somebody, I was like, oh, they showed that, but then something happened. So
right,
I don't want to spoil anything.
Right. All right, Manny, talk to me, man. How's and lows, man? How you feel about this movie?
I enjoyed the first one more than this one. Tell you the truth. This one, as far as the story goes, I understand where they were trying to do a story mainly focus on Princess Peach. But most of the time I felt like the plot was kind of jumping all over the place. As far as the story goes, I enjoyed it, mind you, but it just felt like it was rushed a bit. Where
the pacing was very, 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 very fast.
Where as the first one, it was more like Mario's coming to this world and he's discovering more and more. And this one, when you jump in, you getting all these new powers, all these new things they're introducing you to as far as Mario. It just felt that story was rushed. I like the whole aspect of where the whole Browser and his son's story where we were trying to do with it, but it just at some point it felt like they just threw that out the window and just back to the original Browser. So that, and even the ending felt kind of a bit rushed how it ended. Like I didn't really feel anything out of the conclusion of the story. It just ended like that. Even the two after credit scene kind of weren't even worth sitting to wait for. But overall, like Brendan said, it looks good. The fight scene are good, and Fox. I like Fox McCloud character. I like how he was introduced in the whole scene where, minor spoiler, where Toad is like, all Google like just touching his boot, and that right there, I like that. I wish they would have showed me more of that character, or kind of some spin-off as far as his character. But it's just the whole story overall felt a bit rushed as far as this movie goes.
Yeah, to piggyback what you were saying about that, I think part of the problem was that once they got to a new place, a new location, especially when Peach and Toad got to I don't know if I should say where, but when Peach and Toad got to that world, you didn't get a chance to take it in. Like you took it in for like a second with them, and then they go to another part, and then immediately when they get to that other part, it's an action scene. So you kind of don't get the landscape or how this world operates or how it's lived in. It's just another location to host an action scene, basically. So I think that's part of it where you were saying it's like everything was just like moving fast. It's like they were like rushing through everything. It's like you didn't get a chance to breathe and like get a feeling for some of these separate worlds.
I almost Mario Galaxy, so you didn't really get the whole. You got the traveling part of it, but you didn't really like experience each Mario world, I would say.
I'm almost willing to bet that there is that content out there, but if you think about it, that movie was still 1 hour and 40 minutes, and somebody probably told them like, "Hey, this is great, but let's trim it down," because it's hard to get people to sit a full 2 hours in a movie, especially if it's animated. If it's some epic God of War or something, people expect they want to be in there forever. Something epic like that. But when it's lighthearted, the studios are sometimes scared to really just go too far over the 1.5 hour mark. If it's an Avengers movie, they'll shoot their shot. But I'm almost willing we're going to get a version later that gives you all of that. But me personally, I'm on the opposite end. My motto is that once you've given us the origin, the second one is just this is all of it. Excuse, just give it to me. And honestly, with the stories, well, let me go to my lows first. Let me start with my lows. So my lows, I felt like there was a missed opportunity with to really go crazy with the question mark blocks, which again probably ties into they probably had some more scenes to really explore those worlds, but they probably had to cut it. But I felt like it was very limited. I feel like every world they went into, there should have been, since they kept making sure they threw action in every world that they explored, they should have made sure there was more floating blocks or another one just lying around, and just every single world they come across, just give us an opportunity to see something crazy and explore another floating block. I mean, a question mark block, and give us something new. I also was very upset at the, Yoshi. I loved Yoshi in this movie, but Yoshi used his tongue in every situation except for when he needed it the most. I don't want to spoil, but the scene in the tree really pissed me off. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Like seriously,
yeah, that was weird because
that was weird, right?
Because he used it to get up there.
And he immediately abandoned it. So I was like, what is happening here? What is happening here? So that's
I kind of had some issues with stuff like that in the first one, where it was like I could tell they wrote it in a way where they just wanted to get this scene off, regardless if it like made any sense in context with the rest of the movie.
Right. Yeah.
It's like you showed us Yoshi using his tongue all through the movie from the jump, and then this one scene, because you wanted this big crazy thing to happen, he didn't use it.
Exactly. And again, not trying to spoil anything, but I also didn't like how one particular character early on in the movie was fully engulfed in a situation. That person also escaped that situation, but that person couldn't tell anyone where to go or how to get back to handle that situation. And I will have to say that for the spoiler talk. But that
I'm trying to think about who are you talking about?
yeah, no, you guys like what? When we have our spoiler discussion, I'll get into that. But that was sticking with me for a while. Like, and it felt like it was lazy writing to force the dual journeys we got. And my last low is I was especially crushed that we didn't get a few more seconds of the Peaches song. I wanted some notes. I wanted him to sing a little bit, but that's just me personally. That's one of my favorite songs of all times. But getting into my highs, that despite that lazy writing with the character I just mentioned, that actually forced the story to split into two separate journeys, which I actually enjoyed. I felt this story was stronger than the first one. And I actually enjoyed how there were two adventures that ultimately became one. Because at first I was annoyed that they didn't dive in head first to this thing together. But then as it played out, I was a little bit more appreciative of the two journeys coming one. And again, that's probably why it felt so fast, because Peach's journey was actually Peach's journey was more was kind of dominating. The Mario's journey wasn't really fulfilling the mission. It was just kind of like almost like filler. And I felt like they know they had to get it back quick because it's Super Mario Galaxy. So I feel like maybe that has something to do with the choices and the editing, what they may have taken out as well. But I appreciated the two journeys. I felt I was enjoying them both, and I enjoyed the speed. I also appreciated the creativity with Bowser Jr.'s paintbrush, because I've never played Super Mario Sunshine, so I had no idea. And it was a pleasant surprise for me. So I was like, oh, this is cool. And then I looked it up when I got home. I was like, man, I never knew about this. So I would love to see that be explored more. And I also haven't played Super Mario Galaxy since the Wii first came out. So this movie actually triggered a little bit of nostalgia for me and made me want to go back and play it again, which is probably why I enjoyed it more than the average fan. I wouldn't consider myself an average fan because I've been away from it so long. If it's not Mario Kart, I'm not playing it. I haven't played it. Not that I don't want to. It's just Mario Kart's the only thing that's been holding my interest over the last 20 years, and I haven't really played any of the other content. So for me, it was definitely triggering on some nostalgia and made me appreciate what I was getting. And of course, last but not least, the Star Fox reference, the barrel roll. Shout out to that. So that was all high for me. It was all high. Excuse me. Sorry. But yeah, I think for me, I think it was right on par what we need. I really hate when we get an origin film. Once the sequel comes out, then there's a little bit too much downtime. I was just like, no, we got it now. Just get to it, and it worked for me. It worked for me. But I can understand where you guys come from.
Oh man, crap!
What you got?
I completely forgot what it was.
I know. I be talking to probably trigger something, and then I kept talking. Manny, what you got? You got what you want to throw out there?
No. Other than that, other than the story feel like the whole part being rushed to me, it enjoyed every bit of the nostalgia as far as the movie go. They kept going back from the old Mario, showing you like how the old Mario used to look at Nintendo.
Great scene.
That one scene with Mario and Peach when they're going through in the game.
That was a great scene.
That I like that. Even with Bowser Jr. when he was controlling everything, you could see that it's like the old joysticks for the game. Yeah. These small details, and of course Donald Glover playing Yoshi. That I'm not. Oh, that's Donald Glover making that sound for Yoshi. So
damn.
Yeah, overall, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I was gonna mention the cast. The first one, I think everybody's cast pretty well. I think Chris Pratt's like whatever. I think Charlie Day is great as Luigi. Keegan-Michael Key is great as Toad. Anya Taylor-Joy, she was like not good to me in the first one. She was so much better in this one. And overall too, I think the movie was funnier than the first one.
Yeah,
true. I think just like written comedy versus like gags, that stuff was like a lot funnier.
Yeah. You know what I wish they would have done? Like how, again, that one scene where Mario finally meets Fox, and how he just likes him like that. I wish they would have worked into that more. How they just click. Yeah, I wish
kept
they would have
around longer.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like the character. Just that one scene with Toad, just how he was like googly eye over Fox. I was like, I want to see more of that character. So that whole made the whole scene for me.
I also fully believe that like putting Fox in a movie, because there hasn't been a Star Fox game in a long time, and people have been clamoring for it. I think this is fully like either they're working on a new Star Fox, or this is like a test to see like is there still interest in a new Star Fox. I'm not sure you guys know, but when the first Mario movie came out, they had redesigned Donkey Kong, and that was the first time they had redesigned the character since Donkey Kong Country. And the reason they redesigned the character is because they had a new game coming out. And so they were working on the game while they were working on the movie, and so they used the new design for the movie. And so we could be looking at a similar situation here where it could be a new game where they could go full on a new Star Fox movie, which I think could work.
I'll take both.
I just ran on the pilot wings.
Oh, that's what's up. So we're gonna come back and have a more in-depth discussion, really peel back the layers, talk about it, and then we on the spoiler discussion, we can also really peel back and talk about the end credit scenes. We're not gonna get into that now. But Manny did voice his opinion on there, and I would like to dive deeper into that because with me being out of touch with a lot of this content, I don't know if I missed something or not. So we'll say that for the spoiler talk. All right.
Fun fact about one of the end credit scenes is that you don't watch trailers, and I don't watch all trailers.
Right.
One of the end credit scenes was in a trailer. No,
yeah,
nobody knew until you see those.
Yeah, that was my whole thing. Like, what was that? What was that about? Like, wow, that was a waste.
Damn, we might not even need to talk about it then. All right, well, let's go ahead and rate this thing. In true Critics Collective fashion, we have accolades here going from 0 all the way up to 5. 5 being excellent, 4 being good, 3 being average, 2 being below average, 1 being poor quality, and 0 is horrible, absolute trash. I'm going to start with you, Brandon. How many accolades you giving this one?
Can I get it like a point?
No, don't be an Iris. Don't be an Iris. You wouldn't accept half an Oscar, would you?
I'm gonna give it a 3, mainly because I think a 4 is too much, but I still kind of think a 3 is a little too low. That's why I was asking about it.
Yeah, I know. I get it, and that's why I like not having to have it. It kind of forces.
No. Yeah, I'm committed to the 3. Like I give it a 3. I think it's a fun movie with a ton of flaws, but at the end of the day, I think I had a good time watching it, and that's why I give it a 3.
Okay, all right, Manny, not so super fan. How many accolades you giving it?
Yeah, I agree with Brandon. I'm give it a 3. Again, enjoyed every nostalgic aspect of everything. Beautiful, well shot, like the whole universe. I like how they show the colors and everything. Definitely got to watch it in Dolby if you're gonna go watch it. But that story felt rushed. A lot of missed opportunities. 3.
I got you. I'm with you. Believe it or not, I'm actually giving it a 3 as well. I really did enjoy it. I enjoyed it better than the first one, but the little things that I wish would have got more probably would have made me just far more. I just felt like they just missed an opportunity to really get me excited. And like you said, Brandon, I probably won't watch this again. I only watched the first one once, and I thought about watching it again before going to this one. I was just like, no. And this one will probably be the same. I don't think I'll end up watching this again unless it just happens to be on and I'm at somebody's house and I can't control it. Something to that effect. But I did enjoy it a lot more than I thought it would. And three is not bad. 3 is not bad. So if you guys happen to watch this, please get in the comments. Let us know how you felt about it, how you felt about the first one, how you feel about this one compared to the first one. Let us know how many accolades you're giving it. And then also, if you guys want to point me in the direction of some content that I'm missing, some games you think I should play, make sure you drop that in the comments as well. All right. So again, this is the Super Mario Galaxy movie, which is available in theaters. Make sure you guys go check that out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on the alerts, support our channel, and we will see you guys on the next one.